What's up YouTube? It's Ort. Now today is Tuesday, so I hope you guys are having a lovely week so far. Now yesterday was Arena Reset, so I want to rewatch it and see what I did well, what I did wrong and what I could do better for next week. Let's get into it and see some of these fights I did. Now here I have the last 24 minutes. Now we're not going to go through every single fight in slow motion, but I do want to briefly look over some of the points, some of the crucial decisions made at reset. I do think there is one glaring thing that you guys will be able to see near the end of the push, but this is the first team in the last 25 minutes I fight. Sifi, Marishka, Taras, UDK, a fairly common team with a fast Sifi to be able to try to get back around to Sifi's revive. So when Marishka revives, people want Sifi to then revive Marishka. That's why she's in the lead position too. So the main aim is to kill off Sifi in fairly quickish time so she doesn't control the fight, or if we kill anything before we kill Sifi, she can just revive them. So take out Sifi first. We lock out Sifi, but sometimes she can cycle back around. Then we focus on Marishka if we can, if it's safe to. If not, we kill Taras. Here I found it safe to kill Marishka first because this Taras wasn't in any threat of killing me, even with his counterattacks. The first time I attack him is with my Necrit ally attack. When you ally attack with Necrit into Marishka, it's Marishka. The Taras that counters, it goes into Necrit. He's wearing Stone Skin for me, so it's not an issue there. Take a quick refresh, last 23 minutes. Zig Panda, I think this is the same fight I've just done, so we're going to do pretty much the same thing. Lock out the whole team, kill Sifi, kill Marishka or Taras, and then clean up the rest. We've got to make sure that Lydia isn't sheeped when we are killing Marishka, but outside of that, it's pretty much straightforward. Here we didn't actually do the AoE hit, which would have made Taras counterattack Lydia and move her HP slightly further down. I also misclicked and I killed Marishka first, which is not great, but it should be fine, I believe. Yeah, we killed Sifi there. We A1 Taras. We then lock him out. Oh, he resisted. He 3%ed the lock ability. Let's see. Nobody really dies. He only has one buff. He's the only champion on the team. So we just go ahead and clean him up. He does his counter. And we just go ahead and do, I believe, Juggernaut again. And here we go. Last 22 minutes. I see this non-reset Panda team. I kind of had a way of dealing with this. But obviously it's not the very last team, the very last defense, but I managed to get this team killed pretty quickly. But it tends to be the way with Panda. He seems to put a very weak defense in before the last 20-ish minutes, and then he changes. So this is around about 13 second fights. Nothing much to analyze there. It's not really a reset defense per se. Although one thing I will say is about that, I do want to start using bombs a little bit more. I know it's the Marishka meta, but I still feel like there are teams that you can get out with bombs. So maybe do a few more maybe bomb fights, maybe find more bomb targets, because the fights can be very quick with them. But yeah, one thing in general is even though I have quick fights, I'm spending too much time looking for fights. Not particularly right now. So you can see I was top 20 with 20 minutes to go. Good place to be. Top 10, you want to be round about in the last 10 minutes. You want to make sure you're in top 10 if you are trying to finish very high. Or wherever you're trying to finish, I would say you want to be with 10 minutes left to go. You want to be round about 50 points away from where you want to be so you can farm your way into that position. You don't want to be where you want to end up in platinum in the last 10 minutes, if that makes sense. You want to basically approach your final destination or your target within the last 3 to 5 minutes, because once you get there, you will get attacked a lot more because we generally tend to want to finish higher than our accounts are capable of. So if you guys are trying to push for top 200 or top 100, I would recommend wherever you're trying to finish, try to stay 50 points behind that position, and then the last 5 to 10 minutes, however fast your offense is, then you can go ahead and send it. So here we have the last 20 minutes. We have a Sifi Taras team here. I run my Marishka revive counter. Let's see what we have. It's same thing as Zig Panda's defense, I want to say. Same thing as a Zig Panda defense. This seems to be slightly quicker than the last one because his Marishka has already taken one turn. Let's see what we do here. Now, I was thinking about whether I should kill off the Sifi with the big Juggernaut ability with Turvold. However, I think I opt to go for the safer route. Yeah, I'm thinking about killing Sifi here, but I actually go off and kill Necrit. I feel like I'm okay for time. I'm not really hurried too much. Even though they were pretty fast, I feel like I can still clean up in a decent amount of time. That Sifi, as you can see, was a quick Sifi. She died to a 72k hit. So, yeah, we're looking okay. I lock out Taras, and then I kill Marishka. There's no counter coming from Taras. That is another thing I highlight in my guide for this Turbo team on ways how you can get around the Marishka plus Taras 18 passives. So we clean up that fight. We have another bombable defense. So I'm just going to go ahead and take bombs on this fight. So I'm just going to land bombs, spread bombs. This is a team I use quite a bit. Not so much lately, but I do like running bombs quite a bit. Here I choose to go to bomb Sifi rather than bombing anybody else because the other champions have sheep, and I believe Sifi, I checked there. So I think I do a little check at the start of this fight. Or do I? Yeah, you see that there? I'm clicking on I to get the info. You can click the bottom button in the bottom left too here. If you get the info, I'm just quickly, before everybody gets their stone skin, I'm checking if there's any target I can land bombs on that doesn't have a sheep, so I don't get penalized. Now, there is a weird interaction with sheep and bomb champions, or particularly Astrolith. If you land the bombs on a sheep champion and get sheeped, your damage is reduced. Now, some say that the increased attack buff gets taken away from your champion who lands the bomb. Therefore, you lose the increased attack and you lose damage from your bombs. But I've seen it be slightly inconsistent. That explanation doesn't land 100% with me. I still feel like there's some other weird things going on. The other point could be that Asterith lands 2 bombs, so maybe the increased attack falls off for the second bomb and not for the first bomb. It looks very, very strange. It's very inconsistent with the way it works. Sometimes maybe the increased attack falls off for both bombs. Sometimes if you get sheeped after landing the first bomb, it's a thing. But yes, your damage does get reduced if you get sheeped whilst placing bombs on the champion. So you always want to land bombs on champions. On the perfect target would be somebody with stone skin and non-sheep blessing, or you can go with somebody with high resistance and non-sheep blessing. You can also go into stone skin with sheep too and just, be able to do enough damage even if you get sheep. I have 2 spread champions, so we're getting 4 bombs. So even if we get sheeped landing bombs on Duchess, we can still spread 4 bombs and do enough damage to everybody. But here I elect to bomb Sifi and then just spread it from Sifi. But yeah, we killed the whole team with bombs. Necrit's ally Necrit is ally protecting Rhodos. Not an issue. We just clean him up. Rhodos kills 1 by 1. I have an AoE revive, so I'm not really too worried. I'm seeing this team. I'm looking at my defense log. Few hits in the last 10 minutes. 4 hits in the last 10 minutes. I've already changed my defense. So I'm looking around, seeing what I want to do. I'm kind of subconsciously keeping bomb targets right until the end. This is something I was probably doing in my mind. I was thinking up to the last 10 minutes, I will try to see who is bombable, and then in the last 10 minutes, I can just spam those fights and get the bomb team value, which is which is a good plan. However, I don't think I really went through with the plan because in the last 10 minutes, you'll see I do a few fights, I lose with the bomb team once, and then I don't go back to it again. So maybe I can believe a little bit harder in using bombs, or maybe my offense was good enough, just that I didn't do fights quick enough. So that could be another issue that I'm going to be looking for in the last 10ish minutes. But here we didn't kill Sifi with the big turbo nuke, so we had to go with the A1 on that turn. We have decreased attack now, which is also not great. I don't have increased crit rate on my turbo, so I am gonna go ahead and do that now. The good thing is we landed a block active abilities for 3 turns, so it means that Taras is nice and locked out. Decreased defense and weaken, 1 minute 7 seconds, nice and easy. Didn't look like any threat to us. Last 15 minutes I'm top 12, so I'm in good pace. I actually feel like the pacing of this push was quite good. You'll see in the last 10 minutes I'm around about top 10. Maybe I could be top 10 in the last 15 minutes, some might even say, but after this next fight I'll be in top 10. My point gain is an issue too. My point gain isn't as fast as I would like it to be. I like to be much faster in how I'm gaining points, because you'll see from here on out I only gain like net 30 to 40 points. So that is something I want to improve. I want to make sure in the last 15 minutes I gain at least around about 100 points, or not at least, I would say high end around about 100, 120, at least around about, I would say I want to gain anywhere to 60 to 80 points at least. But I only managed getting like 30 points in the last 15 minutes, which is not good enough if you want to win trophy. It's good enough to finish where I finished, but not quite good enough for where I want to finish, right? So faster point gain would help a bunch. Here I bring in the Cardiel team for the first time. I believe I do not need a lock for this team. I do not bring a lock because there's no turbo on opponent's team. I'm going to kill off the reviver first, so there's no actual ability I'm really worried about. Here I'm thinking if I ally attack Rhodos, Sifi will just revive him. So let's see what I opt to go for. I'm actually attacking Rhodos. I think I decide at the end I'm not going to be able to kill Rhodos with one ally attack. So I'll bring him down, I'll kill Sifi, and then the second ally attack, I try killing Rhodos. However, you make great plans and then you don't kill stuff. It just be like that. But now we just killed Rhodos. Now we'll go ahead and kill Rhodos, then we'll kill Marishka, and then we'll move on to UDK. Again, not an ability I'm really concerned with. I A1'd Marishka there. Okay, the A1. Okay, let's go back to this interaction really quickly. The reason why I A1'd Marishka there, because my first hit... Oh, not this fit. So here I decide to go with A1 on Marishka because the A1 one hit would go into UDK, and then we would probably end up proccing Rhodos' passive, which then would lead him to counter us and all that kind of stuff. So I decide to go A1 into Marishka, and then I look for an ally attack into Rhodos so we can do the full 2 hits onto him. Now the way UDK passives works against ally attack, you'll see the first hit from the ally attacker goes into UDK, which is the first hit of Necrit, and the other 4 hits, 2 from Necrit and 2 from Turbo, go straight into Rhodos. So that's the way we'll be able to, bring him down. And then we tried to kill off Marishka. She had weakened from the A1 from Turbo. Any ally attack here would do it. There goes Cardiel. Another minute and 7-second fights. Now, a minute 7-second fights for plus 10 points is not so bad as long as you are picking fights quickly. I'm top 10 with 13 minutes to go. Good position to be in, really good position to be in, but we need to push a lot more points. Maybe I could be higher. Maybe I could be higher, but the way Plat kind of worked out, I believe the winner was 47.74. So it's not a bad position to be in. Let's see. I'm looking for the best target to put bombs on. I put it on Necrit. The only thing I'm concerned about here is landing debuffs from Tuhonorak onto Necrit. There's a lot of shielding going on. I believe this Necrit's in bolster plus the Ursa's in bolster. So I'm a little bit concerned about my damage. There it takes us 3 bombs. I'm being a little bit cautious. This is the first time I'm attacking this defense. Now we can just go on auto and click on Rhodos. We will do the revive from RB here. At this point I should just go on auto. I am dilly-dallying with this quite a bit. I have plenty damage at this point. I have weakens on them. But yeah, now we auto, around about 50 seconds to go. I'm trying to keep it safe, 56 seconds. If I try that fight again, that's the last time I fight that guy. For some reason, I see him a few other times, but I'm more concentrating on the lower part of the page for more points and maybe be able to hit somebody who's going to be competing to win a trophy. Because even though I might not win a trophy, I want somebody from my clan to win. So it's always beneficial to the clan for me to hit somebody who's lower at the page, somebody who's actually a contender for winning or for finishing quite high. You'll see we'll take a few fights against some plus 11s in the last 10 minutes. Here we have a team I feel like I fought a few times. Oh, this is Victor Tez's team. This is Victor Tez's team. He was running the double duo. He was using it on defense and offense. So it's a very, very strong offense. It's a decent defense too. I believe it would have beat out quite a few teams at Platinum. We didn't get our lockout there, so we just went ahead and killed him. We are trying to make sure we don't get sheeped. A1, no sheep. Necrit ally attack kills off Marishka. And then we just block revive with Lydia. Back to back Victor Tez. Shout out Victor Tez. YouTuber, streamer, clan boss enjoyer. Cool guy all in all. I believe he runs a Twitch, so make sure you check him out on Twitch. But yeah, we hit him again with the same team. We're looking to kill off his Sifi first, then ally attack his Rhodos. See if we can get this Rhodos down. No, he always lives with a little bit of HP. He then heals up. I can ally protect, or I can just do some damage to Rhodos, is what I like to do. Now, because he has a bit of shield, that's why he's not going through all of his 50% per hit. That's why he's staying alive. We do have Phantom Touch to kind of help us with that. What do I do here? I believe I go for the kill on Rhodos because I don't want any more turns from him, because Rhodos can just pop off. His A1 can just do extra turn into extra turn into extra turn, and then you could be in a little bit of bother. I actually feel like he gets his nuke off. But because there's not enough buffs, he doesn't do enough damage. There's only 2 champions, there's only 3 buffs. So he doesn't do that much damage. If Sifi had full buffs and he had all full of his allies, we could have been in a bit of trouble, but it's all good. Making sure we kill him off. 1:18 seconds that time, a bit longer. Checking leaderboards, I've gone out of top 10, I believe. No, I'm around about 7. I'm around about 7, 8 with 8 minutes to go. I'm checking leaderboard, I'm checking defense. I am spending a lot of time between fights. I'm checking defense again. Then I'm checking my defense team. I'm making sure everything's good. Let's see. Now here we have the last 10 minutes. Here I have like a bomb sort of setup. I know what SK is running. I believe he mentioned his name in one of his YouTube videos, but I don't quite remember what it was. But yeah. We run this team, we strip off his UDK with Alil, we then spread the bombs, and then we just put it on auto. We just have Yumiko to kill off, so we'll just target Yumiko. And yeah, just let UDK die, and we get the crit, which crits for 40k. My Asphalith isn't in 100% crit rate, so whenever she crits, it's good. But if she crits and boosts enemies turn meter, I could be in trouble. I refresh, and then I'm like, okay, let me see how many fights I can get in. So we refresh and we hit him again. Interesting thing, he actually changes his defense, which actually ends up in being a loss for us, because he puts cage onto his UDK, which is a really good change. If you get hit by bombs, it's basically makes his untouchable 50-50 to be stripped. So yeah, we queue into that fight and you'll see the change. I noticed the change slightly late, but I still have a 50-50% chance. I only noticed the change after I go into the fight. If I knew he had made the change, I probably wouldn't have gone into the fight. He is quite alert at reset. If he does get hit by some teams or if he sees a pattern, he quickly changes his defense. He ends up changing his defense twice in the last like 10 minutes. I believe here I'm searching, can't find him. Looking for 3 trophy account. It's like a giveaway. If you find somebody that you can farm quick, if they have a trophy, it just makes them easy to find because you're only filtering through people with trophies. You're not really trying to hit absolutely everyone. You just want to hit anybody or the same person with trophies. Now, I think I noticed it there. I think in my mind, I'm like, he was running Cage. So you'll see Cage procs. He's got the Cage proc. Now, whenever he has a Lightning Cage, or whenever any champion has Lightning Cage, they have 50% chance to protect one random buff. Now, if he had a bolster set, then it will be different. Or if he had a shield set, it'd be different. If he has just the untouchable, this would be a 50-50 chance for me to strip it with my Aelil. I, however, still chance it, even though I've queued into the fight. I didn't know he was running Cage. And then in the loading screen, I was like, oh, wait, was that a Cage? And then I still try it. It's still a 50-50 chance. But we lose the 50-50, because of course we do. And it ends up being a loss. I straight away back out. I don't even attempt it. I know Yumiko's going to lock me out. So I refresh away. I look at my position. I'm 46.94. In the last 6 to 7 minutes, I haven't gained any points. Defense checking, leaderboard checking, losing that fight. All of these things are not really what you want to do in like the last 10 minutes. Last 10 to 15 minutes, put your defense in. Let it ride out. Let the leaderboard do what it does. If you refresh, you find somebody at the bottom of the page that's plus 11, plus 12. You can hit them if you can fight them or beat them in a decent amount of time. But checking leaderboard as much as I am is wasting a lot of time for me. I take a double refresh because I'm a little bit annoyed that I lost that last fight in the last 10 minutes. But it's all good. Here you see he's made another change. He's changed Harima to Roros too. So right here, he's made the double switch. So yeah. Even though I'm saying it's not really what I would do, but it's worked out for this guy, so, you know, kudos to him. What else? We have Rats right at the top. Bit of epic foreshadowing there. What do we go for? We go for Real Panda. He was running a Roros team. Yeah, it's been quite a while since the last win that we had. Looking for our teams. Maybe cleaning up the presets a little bit would help too, because I was scrolling up and down trying to find the perfect team. We run the lockout. No, yes, we do run the lockout. We don't bring Lydia, which is a mistake on my part. Yeah, I bought the wrong team, but I don't feel like that's going to matter too much. We locked out Sifi, so we know she won't be doing the revive. I go ahead and kill Sifi because I don't want her to get back to her revive too quick. Even though I know all these champions I'm killing are going to come back with Marishka dying, but that's okay. We'll have, I do revive on death here, just so when Roros comes back, he doesn't, you know, just clean out the whole team. Although he still can. Still pretty much capable of doing that. Here is Roros. He procs. He does the A1, which gives me ally attack. Now, I don't want Sifi to revive, and I know my Roros or my Turbo has more turn to the Roros, so I will be able to go before him. Only problem is he still has UDK. I kill off UDK. I'm trying to control Rodos here. He does the A2, which is fine. We have the ally attack, and then we bring him down. So even though we brought the wrong team, still pretty safe. I would have liked Lydia there. Let's see. Last 4 minutes. I think I only do 2 more fights, which is not great. I'm top 10. At this point, I know I'm not going to be winning, so I just go for whoever I see right at the top. Chester seems to be 11 points for me, so I go ahead and hit him. He finished second, I believe, last week. I believe it was last week. Might have been the week before that, but yeah. This is the team I would run into him. I'm not bringing a lockout for this team because I'm going to control Taras with my Lydia, and you'll see how. So we have we have two allied attack champions. We have the Lydia for block revive. I don't actually get stunned, so I don't go for the cleanse. I just go and kill the Yuko. That Yuko is really low HP. We lock out Taras. She does her shielding and strengthening ability. We will go and try to kill Marishka. She's very tanky on this team. We go and get her done with the ally attack. We block revive. We decrease defense and weaken. Cardiel does not have the ally attack because we use it to kill Yuko. And now we just try to bring the team down. Let's see. The A1 shouldn't be enough because it's not the A3. Here we go for another ally attack. We kill him off. And then ally attack. Not enough damage. And then we wait for Turvold and he will just bring him down. 56 seconds. It's a good fight. I refresh and look for him again. Last 2 minutes. There we go. Same fight. This time we do get stunned. I believe this time we kind of pick up a stun. I have to cleanse it because I want to lock out Taras with my Lydia. So I believe Lydia gets stunned. I could ally attack here, but I choose to go the safer route. Don't really want to tank Taras's. Not really my philosophy in approaching him. He's already done his revive, so I'm interested to see what I do here. He's already used his revive. I still opt to kill him? Yeah, I still went to kill him. Maybe because I know I can't kill Marishka with my damage. So I go for killing him, and there we go. Both of them are down. No more revives left. Decrease defense and weaken out. So in control of this fight. No fear. We have the big ability. I go ahead and kill him. And ally attack, maybe? Question mark? Yeah, there we go. Nice one, 51 seconds. I believe this time, yeah, still 11 points. I refresh. I can't see him, but at this point, I'm pretty sure he's not as high as he was. Yeah, 47, 14 points at this point. I see another SK team, a similar sort of team to the Chester team I was just fighting against with the Yuko. Against Yukos, I like bringing Cardiel. I don't need, I can just bomb this team. Turns out, bombs. If there's no Marishka, you can bomb. Even if you have Marishka, you can still get bombed. My defense actually got bombed this reset, which is not great. It seemed to be... I'm pretty sure I have the defense log, so I'll show you guys what I got hit with. I got hit with the suzerain variant of the bomb team, which basically strips block damage whenever bombs are placed, or whenever whenever Marishka lands block damage, you can strip the block damage with suzerain. I find Panda and a Q into him, and we'll see a typical 3% from Taras on my lockout champion. He seems to do this quite consistently. He seems to resist my lockout pretty much every week, which... oh no, it was Yumiko who resisted. Yumiko resisted my lockout this week. And obviously, you know what Yumiko does? She unlocks all of her team, so probably the worst champion to 3% on. And then at that point, I just stopped the fight. At that point, I knew it wasn't enough time for me to win. I had to get a pretty fast win in for me to be able to get any points off Panda here. So I just stopped fighting because I don't want to give him points and I don't want to lose points. Both crucial things. And then we just stall out until the end of the push. I'll just go ahead and fast forward. This is my defense. This is my defense log. Here it is. Good thing I already have it in. This is the bomb team I got hit with. The Asarith +4, the Lydia to block the revive on Marishka, the Suzerain to strip the block damage when the block damage is placed by Marishka passive when receiving bombs, burns or poisons, and then the Tuhanarak to spread the bombs. We got -36 in the last like 10-ish minutes. It seems to be he stopped around about this point. So if your Asarith does get sheeped, the damage kind of falls off. So at this point, I'm thinking maybe he got sheeped, or maybe he just decided not to hit me because there wasn't enough points. Although -12 means he was getting +12, so it would have been enough points. But yeah, he didn't fight me for 5 minutes in between, and then he resumed. This week, I'm obviously going to be building something to counter this a little bit more so I don't get hit by this. Pretty easy thing to counter. I don't really like this as a bomb setup personally, but obviously it's 36 points. So I need to build my defense to counter a little bit harder. Not just, expecting people not to bomb Marishkas, but actually make them lose when they try. This is the defense I ran. I ran UDK, Harima, Taras, and Marishka. This is my defense log. My defense did okay. All things considered, my defense did not do so bad. Like, run about 5 hits in the last 15 minutes, minus the bomb teams in the last, 10 minutes. I didn't really get hit too hard. But yeah, I am hovering over it. Let me just go ahead. I look at who it is. It's the 41 million player power account. And this is my finish. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Wait, what's going on? Where is my finish? Oh, the video went back. Okay. So I go ahead and check my finish and we wait, and there it is. I finished 10th for this week. Okay push, okay-ish finish, top 10. I'm happy with top 10, to be honest. Last week is an improvement on last week. I believe I finished quite far away from top 10, but top 10 is good. I do want to be higher than top 10. I want to be in around top 5, top 3. Things to do better: pick fights quicker, finish fights faster, maybe use bomb team a little bit better, make sure the defense is unbombable, even though it's not a more of a regular bomb team. It's still out there, so I need to build for it. But yeah, that's my plat push. My defense did okay. Next week we need to make sure we don't get bombed. We pick fights faster, like I said. Make sure I'm not spending too much time looking at leaderboards. You kind of know who's higher on the leaderboard and who's lower by the amount of points that they give you. So you don't really need to go back and check the leaderboard. If you refresh a page and you see somebody plus 12 points or plus 13 points or plus 11 points, and you can farm them in a reasonable time, you should definitely do it. They're definitely much better than obviously hitting somebody who's plus 8, plus 9. If you're spending 50 seconds fighting somebody who's plus 8, plus 9, if you spend a minute, 20 seconds farming somebody who's plus 12 or plus 11 or maybe plus 13, you're in much a better position. Your chances of being able to refresh and find that same person again is higher too, because you're going to bring them down and ladder up a little bit off their points, so you'll be able to consistently farm them as well. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think. My plat push will be going up on Tuesdays. I'll try adding reviews whenever I do feel like the meta is changing. If I feel like the meta is staying the same and my commentary is not going to be that necessary, I might just upload it without commentary. But let me know what you guys think of the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.